Let's see if they've got a bee sting here. Superb bakery, highly recommended, very friendly staff. If you're in Elidon, that's the place to go.
I craved being in a $40 motel with black and white TV and no phone. Meals consisted of vegetarian hot dogs, nuts, and fruit, all stuff that I could eat on the run while driving from one pool to another looking for feeding fish. I wouldn't get off the river until 10 p.m. every day, and then I'd tie all the flies I needed for the next day until midnight and wake up the next morning to do exactly the same thing.
So I'm driving the road from Elidon to Jamieson just to explore a bit today, and I'm going to record another feature about something in the Prado that I like, and that's relevant for where we are because there's actually a 4x4 track here on the side. Luckily no river crossing. The cameras in this vehicle are next level. So just down over here by the gear lever, there's this camera button. If you press that, then you can now see this view all around the vehicle, which is to me not that interesting. But you've got, and I'm going to show it to you now when we're driving, you've got these amazing views almost underneath the vehicle. So here is the driving view. And we saw that puddle earlier. So there is the puddle. And I just think it's so clever the way that they have designed this. And this view here, which is the top-down view, you can actually see clearly enough if you have parked perfectly in a parking space. Or in this case, you can see a view of the vehicle on the 4x4 track. I absolutely love this. So this is the second view. If you press the button again, and this shows the vehicle, but it shows it as a see-through vehicle. And you can literally see everything around it. I mean, there's some real clever technology that's gone into this. So there we go. That's my Prado feature of the day, which is the driving cameras. Gotta wonder what this means. I'm fishing this random stream on the way from Elidon to Jamieson. Absolutely stunning stream, but I don't know how much water this carries all year because we've had a lot of rain the last 24 hours. So I suppose there may be, well, it's unlikely, but I'm certainly struggling to find trout in this stream. So I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to give it a full hour in a new random stream, and then move on towards Jamieson. Beautiful water though. Wee bit temperature check. Outside 16, and in the water 9 degrees. So this stream is, the subsurface is treacherous. It's all weird shaped rocks, sloping rocks, which I really struggle with. So I've got my my trusty Sims wading stick. This is the one that you've got to pull together, because there is a new one by Orvis that you just throw it down. So this is the one that you need to click it into place like that. You can see that button there. That's what you use to unclick it. But that's what I use, and I keep it in my left hand. I'm quite conscious that I hate on these Sims G4s a little bit. What I would say is, if you can set yourself up with an undertread pattern that you're comfortable with, and put them in with Loctite, and then accept that you're never going to change them, then these are the most comfortable boots that I have. And I will say they are lasting quite well. But you can see there where I've lost various items and probably littered on the river and left them behind. So luckily I was able to screw these ones in. Because what happens is if you lose one of these, if you change them and then lose one in the river, then the rocks damage the plastic female side and you can't get another one in. But luckily enough, I've been able to get ones back in. And I think I'm the same, hopefully the same on the other side. Yeah, so if you don't change, happy not to change, then the boots are great. Breakfast of champions. I just absolutely love these. Although I am getting a fat roll, and I'm sure it's partially due to my love of these. Struggling a bit today. This is the second spot that I'm fishing, but so far no joy. I will say the water is pumping. So just prospecting up the river with a squirmy worm, a fly life squirmy worm in pink on my my Euronymphing rig with 5X. But so far no joy. A second weeb temperature check at 12 degrees outside. And 10 in the water. There is a huge Murray cod over there. See him over there. So that's actually him. Down over there. So that's the Murray cod over there. That's the Murray cod over there. It's one of the biggest fish I've ever seen in my life. over there going backwards. There he is there. Wow. Huge. He was 15 centimeters across the back. Yesterday Oscar and I were chatting about catching Murray cod on a fly. So Oscar, I've found a big one for you. I don't know, 30 pounds? Bigger than any trout I've ever seen, that's for sure. Huge. Right, defeated 2 streams in a row. I'm going to go back, set up the Starlink. Well, go somewhere, set up the Starlink and work the afternoon. It's been a while since I've gone back-to-back skunks. Well, all good. Prado, Starlink, and a river. Beautiful. My next call is in 40 minutes. It's the downstream view and upstream. I've just taken a couple of work calls in Jamieson and now I'm going to head back to Elidon where I'm staying. So Jamieson is 2 kilometers to the right and Mansfield 35 to the left. So this is the mighty Goulburn River above Lake Elidon. This is upstream and this is downstream. What a river. This is Friars Creek. That's Friars Creek upstream. And that's Friars Creek downstream. Stunning. So this is actually the big river. And it is a big river. And a big bridge. Big river upstream. And the big river downstream. Stunning. This is the Taponga River. Taponga River upstream and the Taponga River downstream with some other tributary coming in just over there. I don't know what that is. One more call today, one more work call, and I managed to find a flat piece of ground with a view of the sky, place called the Torbreck Station. So here's the Starlink, it's the Gen 3. Infinitely easier to get a good connection than the Gen 2. But one thing it does require is it does require a flat piece of ground. It expects that angle. So I've had to level this with a crock. If there's any doubt about the speed, there we go. Over 300 megabits per second download. And 45, 48 upload. That is more than acceptable for, well, more than acceptable for Teams calls. 17 millisecond ping time. So this is my fourth spot of the day and my first fish. I caught that on my Contact 2 10'9" for a 3, but it is much too long for this narrowed in stream. But anyway, so I'm fishing a dry dropper. I've got sunline 5 pounds, 5 pound, about a full rod length of that and a bit, say 12 feet of that. And then I'm fishing 6X dry dropper. This is a little clink from the Fly Life store, and this is a little beaded nymph, pheasant tail nymph from the Fly Life store. Right, fourth stream. Weber temperature check. Outside 12, in the water 6.
So peaceful and relaxing. Doesn't even matter if I catch a single fish. Come on, you stupid fish! Take the bait! Don't make me come down there!